Okay, hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm in a taxi right now. So just so you know, when you guys come to Benin, there's two taxi services that you guys can use. The apps you can download in your phone. It's pre-calculated. It's like the equivalent of our Lyft and Uber, and that's Gozem and Tango. Is it Tango? Yango. I'm as you can tell, I'm new to Yango. I normally use Gozem. But Yango is easier on the pockets. It's a lot cheaper. It's more like the Lyft, and GoZim is more like the Uber, if I could relate them, right? So anyway, I just got a Zim right now, and I wanted to give you guys a video real quick because I had a class this weekend, and in the class, it was a repatriate class, and talking with a group of people that are thinking of moving to Benin and making preparations. And I was sharing my journey and answering questions. And one of the things that came up in the journey, they had watched my video, and you guys need to watch the video on repatriation too. But they had watched the video and where I talked about turning in my paperwork at www.myafroorigins.bj for my Beninese nationality. And one of the documents that came back that they said that I needed to give them was my slave papers. And that was just funny. So we laughed about that for like a long time in class. And let me be clear. It wasn't slave papers. It was the email, because I had to go back and see exactly what did they ask for. It was certificate of freedom. Wait a minute. Look me in my eyes. I want to look you in your eyes when I say this to you. You need to get your certificate of freedom and send it in to Benin. And so we laughed about that. You know, it's one of those things where it's like you laugh to keep from crying because it's so touchy. You know, it's so sensitive for a lot of us because we are those children. We are the descendants of those enslaved Africans. And to think what happened to our ancestors 400 years ago, and for some of us it was just our grandparents, like it wasn't too far ago, you know. And so to hear that, I'm like, you know, a lot of us, we was like, okay, well, we don't want to give this new administration any ideas, because y'all know how they are already, the way they got ICE picking up U.S. citizens and detaining them and like all of the things that are going on. I'm like, y'all know something I don't know? Y'all want to fill me in on something I need to be aware? Is this some foreshadowing African Americans need to be aware of? Is there some certificate of freedom we need to obtain, you know? And so I was just like, you know what? Let me do a video. And this video actually is for y'all tag our ambassador. Okay, I told the ladies on Sunday that I was gonna do this video. We gonna tag our ambassador. So y'all tag Spike Lee and Tanya Lewis Lee. How y'all doing? Hey girl, hey. You know, Spike Lee from Do the Right Thing, from Malcolm X. He is a great director, of course. He knows our struggle so well. He's put it into film so eloquently. I mean, Benin did a masterful job in choosing a representative as an ambassador for the diaspora. So big up big up to Benin. They did that completely right. They knew the assignment. Whoever's job that was, give them a raise because they did the right thing. Okay, we approve Spike Lee. Okay, we approve him now. Spike. Okay, Unc. Let me tell you, I need your help, Unc, because we're struggling over here. You know, someone like you, like Sierra, Lauren, you know, y'all can smooth on in, walk on in, and get your certificate of nationalities, no problem. Somebody like me, you know, just an influencer, just a everyday person. I need help. You know, I gotta bring in you know, a certificate of freedom. You know, there's about 100 of us trying to figure out what the hell a certificate of freedom is. You know, where are we supposed to get these slave papers from? So whenever you have your next meeting with Congress, I need you to talk to them and let them know we ain't got none of that. We ain't got no documents of freedom. um you know, we barely got the birth certificates, most of us. Now, I thought about this thing and I was like, you know what, I understand why Benin is asking for it, you know, because you need some type of documentation, right? Outside of the DNA test, you need some type of documentation that proves who you are, right? Because people could honestly reinvent themselves. People could create another identity, create, you know, get another passport, another identity. They could just reinvent themselves and say, yeah, I'm African American. Um, and let me recreate an identity in Benin. So I get it. I truly I understand. I understand the method and the reason, and it's necessary, right? It's necessary because we are a unique people, right? We were created. We're genetically modified people, right? We were created. But I think there's some we can get clever in how we identify African Americans. Now, here's what I came up with. Follow me, right? I was thinking we could create, and let me know if you need help with this, because I'm more than happy to sit down with you and Auntie Lee and put this together. But I'm thinking we could put together an African American pop quiz. I don't know, you know, a list of questions, you know, some fill in the blank, some multiple choice, and it would be, you know, questions only African Americans would know. Like, what would be some questions on the African American uh, pop quiz, right? We would ask questions like, I don't know. Let me see what we wrote down. What did we write down? Right? Who is number one? Who is the auntie on the pancake box? Who is that? Right. If you're African American, you know who the auntie is. What is the auntie's name on the pancake box? Right. Nobody posing to be African American is gonna know that. Right. Question number two. Okay. Drop a comment if you know who the auntie is. Question number two. This is just an example. I got plenty. I'm gonna stop at number two, but number two, I was thinking something like use hella in a sentence. HELLA. Hella. If you African American, you definitely about three different ways to use hella just came up in your mind, right? We know hella is an add-on word. It means really a lot, right? Yeah, let me not get the answers away, right? Because we got people taking notes, okay? But there are certain things that are unique to the foundational Black American experience that we could use for African Americans. Now I do understand that Benin is open to the diaspora. So for my Haitian brothers, my Brazilian brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Maybe our pop quiz, they may not pass it. But for the African Americans, I got some questions that they can pass. In addition, there's other things that they can ask for, in order to filter through and make sure that they're getting a quality African American here. I do like that they ask for the criminal background. That's important, right? They want to know your criminal background. Make sure you aren't a criminal. You don't have a bunch of felonies or prison background. In addition, they can ask for a mental health and physical health check. I'm just saying, mental health is important. Some of us, don't have the mental health to be traveling and relocating and doing the diaspora any good. We need to just kind of stay where we are until we can get healthy enough to travel and repatriate. Okay, we don't want to take that toxicity to the motherland. Okay, another suggestion. Again, call on me. I'm here, Unc. Right, Uncle Lee, Auntie Lee. I'm here. Call me. Um, what's your credit score? I'm just saying. And Black folks, we got issues, and so I'm not saying it got to be high. I'm not saying we only let in the 700s, but there is something to question if we hovering in them low, 400s. There's something to question. I want to know. The government should want to know. If you got a couple misdemeanors and couple evictions and the mental health check didn't come back right, and the credit score is low, we might delay the application or ask that you clear some of this up before making you a citizen and bringing you into the country. Because again, there's some toxicity there. There's some things, some level of quality, that character that we want to raise and bring up. High levels of quality, high levels of character that we want, especially this first phase, right? You guys hear me all the time. This first phase, pioneers that are coming to Benin right now from America. These pioneers right now, we need entrepreneurs. We need people that are bringing opportunity. We need people that are bringing money. We need people that are bringing ideas. We need creative minds. We need somebody that's not toxic. We need your brain to work. Somebody who has creativity, right? And so it's like, yeah, that's this first phase, this first wave of people, diasporans who are returning, because you have to remember, this ain't America. Ain't no social welfare here. Ain't no food stamps, no Section 8. Ain't none of that. If you don't make it here, you better have your plane ticket to go back to America. Okay, so it's only those who have wealth, have an entrepreneurial mind, and really come to create opportunities need to be trying to come in now. And there's just certain things that those types of people have. Okay. I'm giving y'all some boobies. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Let me stop. Okay. But again, that's just me being an entrepreneur, businesswoman, serial investor myself, and I'm not being arrogant. I'm just being honest and being real. I'm a Pan-African. I'm for the people. I'm for returning the blood home. I'm doing what's best for the blood, for the continent, and if it wasn't me that was supposed to come back now, I would sit back. But it is people like me, you know and so more people like me need to come on and stand up. And we look a certain way, we smell, walk, talk a certain way, and so that's this first phase. Okay. Yeah, so again, tag brother Spike Lee. Spike, Unc, I need your help because I'm in my 3-month period waiting for my temporary nationality to come. I did provide what the substitution, what they asked for, the family tree and information on my ancestry, what I had. But, again, I'm on my spiritual journey. I've been doing this for a while. I fear that there's a lot of people who don't have the information that I have. And so, the certificate of freedom could be an issue for a lot of people. So we got to figure that out, okay? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, tag Uncle Spike Lee, and I want to get his feedback and let him know that we it's hard out here for us, and I want to know his thoughts on how we should move and operate. All right, just pulled up to my destination, so I'm gonna cut this video short. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.